Just as the dinosaurs became completely extinct from Earth thousands of years ago, humanity might one day face the same fate. Our story today revolves around this possibility. Our channel presents the movie Deep Impact, where a comet threatens the very existence of mankind. Join us as we explore this thrilling tale of survival and hope. At the beginning of the movie, two astronomers named Leo and Sarah are introduced. These astronomers are those who observe various celestial events occurring in outer space beyond Earth. Leo and Sarah are astronomers who love exploring the night sky together. One evening, as they gaze through their telescope, they spot an unusually bright star in the constellation. They consider it might be a satellite, but their supervisor suggests capturing a photo of it and sending it to Dr. Marcus for further analysis. Excited by their discovery, they eagerly follow his instructions, wondering what this mysterious celestial object could be. The next day, Dr. Marcus receives the photos, and when he examines them, he is filled with fear. The images reveal a massive comet hurtling toward Earth at incredible speed. Although it is still several 100,000 kilometers away, it will take a few more months to reach Earth. Dr. Marcus saves the crucial details of the event on a disc, writing his nickname and Leo's name on it. Determined to ensure that the authorities receive this vital information, he sets off in a car to deliver the disc. Unfortunately, he gets into a severe accident on the way and dies, leaving the crucial information in jeopardy. Gradually, a year passes, and we see the U.S. government secretary, Ellen, who has resigned. The reason for his resignation is his wife's illness. However, a journalist named Jenny suspects there might be another reason behind the resignation. She decides to visit Ellen at his home to investigate further. When Jenny arrives at Ellen's house, she notices that Ellen is accumulating an excessive amount of food, drinks, and other essential supplies for survival, which seems unusual and raises suspicion. Jenny tells Ellen that she is aware of the hidden telephone lines in his department used for direct communication with the president. She also expresses her belief that the official reason given for his resignation, related to his wife's illness, is not the true cause. After hearing this, Ellen asks Jenny if she wants to make it breaking news. He then tells her that he has the biggest news in history, but it won't be of any use to anyone. Hearing this, Jenny leaves the place. As Jenny is heading back to her house, she is suddenly stopped by FBI agents on the road, who take her to the president. The president tells Jenny that there is no need to reveal what she knows to anyone. Instead, she will be given a seat in the second row at the White House press conference in 2 days, which is a significant opportunity for her. The president emphasizes that this is a significant opportunity for any journalist. Jenny agrees, understanding the importance, and then heads back home. Returning home, Jenny begins a thorough investigation into Ellen. She finds out that the name he wrote during his resignation was not his wife's name, but ELE, which stands for Extinction Level Event. This term refers to the catastrophic event that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. Jenny realizes that something of similar magnitude might be happening now, suggesting a potential global crisis. 2 days later, Jenny attends the president's press conference at the White House. The president announces that Earth often encounters various asteroids, some the size of a car or a hand. However, the asteroid currently approaching is far larger than Mount Everest, with a weight of approximately 500 million tons. He explains that if this asteroid were to collide with Earth, it would cause catastrophic destruction, potentially leading to the complete annihilation of all human life. For the past month, America and Russia have been building the largest space station in orbit. Starting today, in 2 months, a team will be sent from Earth to the space station. Their mission will be to attempt to divert the asteroid that is heading toward Earth. The president reveals that Dr. Marcus and Leo Biderman were the first to discover the asteroid. Unfortunately, Dr. Marcus dies in a car accident before he can play a role in the mission to address the threat. The asteroid won't collide with Earth immediately because it is orbiting the Sun in a similar path to Earth's. However, the time is fast approaching when the asteroid will be on a collision course with Earth, posing a significant threat to the planet. Leo Biderman was unaware that the asteroid threatening Earth was the same one he had discovered a year earlier. However, after hearing the president's announcement on TV today, he realizes the truth. As a result, people from his neighborhood gather in front of his house. Leo Biderman has now become very famous, but he gives all the credit to Dr. Marcus. He states that even though he was the first to see the asteroid, it was Dr. Marcus who accurately identified and explained its significance. On the other hand, we see that a special team has reached the asteroid in space. The team begins drilling because their plan is to drill 100 meters into the asteroid and place a nuclear bomb there. The goal is to detonate the bomb and change the asteroid's trajectory, diverting it away from Earth. The aim is to prevent the asteroid from colliding with Earth. However, during the drilling process, the drill machine gets stuck on the surface of the asteroid. They need to leave quickly because, just like Earth experiences day and night, the asteroid rotates, causing one side to face the sun while the other side remains in darkness. However, when the side where the team is located turns towards the sun, temperatures could reach up to 300 degrees. This intense heat will cause the gas storages on the asteroid to start exploding, putting the team in deadly danger. They manage to install the bomb, but as the asteroid rotates, the side where the team is located begins to face the sun. Consequently, the temperature rises significantly, causing the gas storage containers to start exploding. Among them, one astronaut's face turns towards the sun, causing him to lose his vision. As everyone tries to make their way back to the spaceship, an explosion from a gas container occurs right under another astronaut's feet, causing him to lose his footing and his position in space. They can't retrieve him because they don't have enough fuel. After the blast, they begin their journey back and travel a considerable distance. Just then, the heat from the explosion causes the nuclear bomb, which was left on the asteroid, to detonate. The blast impacts their spaceship, causing minor damage to it. Their entire mission becomes futile because, after the blast, the asteroid splits into two pieces. Now, these two fragments are heading toward Earth. One piece is large, and the other is much smaller. When the President of the United States learns about this situation, he becomes deeply concerned. He informs the media that both fragments of the asteroid are heading towards Earth. The smaller fragment is expected to fall into the ocean, creating a massive tsunami. The resulting wave will be so powerful that it could travel 1,100 miles in just 1 hour. From this, the President estimates that they might be able to save 10 million people. The President also adds that they have been preparing for this situation ever since the asteroid was discovered, making careful plans. The President announces that they have constructed large underground bunkers in Missouri, where food supplies have been arranged for 2 years. The President also mentions that they have initially selected 2 million people for the bunkers. The remaining 8 million will be chosen through a lottery, with the condition that no one over 50 years old will be selected. Additionally, the entire country will be under lockdown to ensure that no one can leave. Afterward, the government contacts Leo's family and informs them that they have been selected for the bunkers from the very beginning. Leo's girlfriend Sarah and her family were not selected for the bunkers. Because of this, Leo goes to Sarah, presents her with 2 rings, and proposes marriage. If they marry, Sarah would become eligible for the bunkers, allowing them to go to safety together. However, Sarah is reluctant to leave her family behind. Leo informs her that he has already spoken with the government about her family situation, and they are reviewing it. After Leo and Sarah get married, a government bus arrives to transport those selected to the safe location. Although Sarah's name is on the list, her parents' names are not, which makes her unwilling to leave. Despite Leo's efforts to persuade her, Sarah refuses to go without her family. Ultimately, Leo is forced to leave without her, and Sarah and her family remain behind. When news breaks that Earth will be destroyed, widespread chaos erupts. Despite the lockdown, people begin looting and disregarding rules, driven by the realization that the end is inevitable and no one is left to enforce order. Leo arrives at the location with his own family, where they will have to stay for the next 2 years. However, he informs his family that he will not be staying with them. Leo informs his family that he is going to fetch Sarah and will return quickly. He then leaves the location, knowing that only 12 hours remain before the smaller asteroid fragment impacts Earth. They realize that the tsunami generated by the smaller asteroid will be so massive that it will inundate a large part of the Earth. 3 hours later, the larger asteroid will hit somewhere in Canada, creating an impact so enormous that it will shake the entire planet. For the next 2 years, the environment will be so harsh that all life on Earth will be wiped out, except for those who are in the underground shelters. In the next scene, The spaceship, which was propelled into space by the asteroid bomb blast, is shown drifting in space. For those on board, the asteroid had split into two pieces, and they planned to avoid landing on Earth. Instead, they aimed to land on the larger fragment, as they still had for nuclear bombs. Their calculations suggested that detonating these bombs on the fragment could break it into many smaller pieces, preventing any significant damage to Earth. However, if they went through with the plan, they would never be able to return because their spacecraft would run out of fuel. Despite knowing this, they were prepared to sacrifice themselves and proceed with their mission. They then head toward the larger asteroid fragment. Then, it is shown that Leo has arrived at home, but Sarah is not there. Sarah has left the location with her family. Leo begins searching for Sarah on his bike. The roads are heavily congested because everyone is leaving their homes, but no one knows where they are going, as no place on Earth is currently safe. Leo finds Sarah, and this time, Sarah's family agrees to go with Leo. They also ask Sarah to take her younger brother along. Jenny arrives by helicopter, as her name was on the list. However, she decides to send her friend and father in her place. Jenny leaves to visit her father, making sure her family is cared for. At that moment, it is shown that the smaller fragment of the asteroid has approached Earth, burning brightly as it plunges into the ocean. Upon impact, a tremendous explosion takes place, resulting in the formation of enormous waves. Jenny was standing by the shore with her father when the wave struck. Both Jenny and her father are swept away by the enormous waves, disappearing into the ocean forever. The cities are completely destroyed. Leo, Sarah, and her little brother head towards a high mountain, where they join many others who have sought refuge there. Then we see that in space, the remaining astronauts are heading towards the larger fragment of the asteroid. Here, all the astronauts in space have a final conversation with their families. It was a deeply emotional moment for them because they realized that after this, they would never have the chance to see their loved ones again. A while later, the spacecraft collides with the asteroid, causing it to break into smaller pieces. These fragments, due to Earth's gravity, begin to fall and burn up in the atmosphere, meaning they will not cause any significant damage to the planet. Meanwhile, Leo, Sarah, and many others reach the peak of a mountain where no water will reach. From there, they witness a breathtaking view of the sky. If the large asteroid had landed on Earth, it would have caused complete devastation, similar to how the dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago. Only those who had taken refuge underground would survive, and even they would be able to emerge only after 2 years. However, thanks to the self-sacrifice of the astronauts, all of humanity has survived. However, many people were swept away by the tsunami, and the entire city has been submerged in water. There were no houses left, but the water will soon recede back into the sea. In the next scene, the president is shown addressing the situation. He says that the world will never forget their heroes who saved countless lives. Those cities have been destroyed and will need to be rebuilt quickly. Humanity has survived the catastrophe. With this, the story concludes. Please like and leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon to receive all updates.